Hi there, welcome to Floating in Dreams. Today's video is going to be my end of year favorites lip product edition. Welcome to everybody watching today. Thank you so very much for joining me. If you're into eyeshadow palettes, S's and CATRICE, and getting use out of your makeup like I am, then definitely stay tuned because you're at the right address. We are talking about my favorite lip products of 2022. And I've got an assortment of things here. Some things I've done videos with, some things I haven't done videos with yet, or I'm still testing out, or I've put them in shorts or whatever. But these are all things that I just wanted to show you as things I really enjoyed in 2022 in terms of lip products. And there are some glosses here, but I've definitely been veering more towards like classic lipsticks again, I find. So maybe that's something you're doing too now that we're no longer having to wear masks everywhere. At least that's not a thing here. And I think that's definitely instigated me wearing a lot more of this. So yeah, in case you're new here and you're unfamiliar with my content, it may be good to know that I have fair skin with a cool to neutral undertone, which greatly skews my makeup preferences. And because I have been buying, trying, and reviewing makeup for more than a decade, I also know what I like and I have some very strong favorites. So if you'd like to join the Snow Angel Club, all you need to do is click that button down below. So yes, lip products. Here we go. 10 things that I tried this year for the first time or that I reviewed. The Dior lip oil. Like, who was I? Like, where was I? Like, wasn't this all over TikTok like last year? But I wasn't on TikTok in 2021. I only joined this year, so I missed a lot of hype. And for some reason, I'm always being fed like the same 3 creators by the algorithm, so I don't actually engage with a lot of beauty content on there. I don't know. I'm always very late to the game, I feel, when it comes to these kind of things. But yeah, the Dior Lip Glow Lip Oil was really nice. I think I just have this in the standard shade. Yeah, 001 Pink. I don't own any other lip oils because I have this and I felt I only needed the one. So I didn't really delve into that much more. Next are some liquid lipsticks formulas. And if you thought the liquid lip was dead, I think we're seeing a bit of a comeback. So these are some things that I tried this year. So earlier this year, Stylevana sent me a new Pera lip ink velvet. This is in the shade 16, not sure what it's called. Oh, Heart Fuchsia Pink. And I already had 2 of these. I think they actually sent me a nude, and then I already had a red in this one. And it completely made me rediscover this formula. I have found that, especially in the K-beauty world, if you like liquid lipstick, like you like the idea of it, but you don't want it to be drying and this very mattifying thing, then definitely have a look at some K-beauty or Asian beauty brands, because they're the ones where it's at. Because these formulas, this one as well, it dries down, it can be reapplied throughout the day, which is what I love, but it doesn't like dry down to the point where it no longer moves around. So these are traditional liquefied lipsticks, and I really like it. This shade was really stunning too. I like all 3 of the shades I have. Perhaps the nude not so much because it's a bit warm toned, but the red and especially this pinky shade I really did enjoy. Similarly for this is the Romand, what is this called again? The Zero Velvet Tint in the shade Villain Vest. And this, it's dupe for what I've got going on right now. This is Velvet Jazz from Lisa Eldridge. And this has a similar vibe once it is applied to the lips. It sheers out a little bit, so it's not as dark as it looks in the tube. And these Romand lipsticks, I have all 4 of the shades from this line, and it's the most comfortable liquid lipstick formula I have ever tried. They're a bit more like moussey leaning. They're not as like liquid, like they have this very creamy, rich, nourishing texture, and they feel really nice. And this particular line, like this, because this is shade 21, it comes with 4 shades and one of them is a really pretty mauve. And finally in liquid lips, the Kaleidos Cloud Lab lip glaze. I did a dedicated video with this earlier in the year and I really enjoy these. I actually like them enough that I did go back to some of these shades on like just a random Tuesday and I wore them, which Very often with liquid lipsticks, I've sort of fallen out of love with it, and a lot of the ones that I used to have, I've decluttered over the years. This is my tin with the more unusual shades, and that's another reason why I wanted to come on here and talk about this particular line, because they do some really interesting things. They've actually come out with 2 more sets in the past weeks, I believe. They've just released some more of these. No shades in there that I feel I need to buy. I now have the shades I like. I have the set from the Smoky Nostalgia collection that was released earlier in the year, and then there were 2 tins that I put together myself, which is why these aren't all in the same color too, because that's really cool about Kaleidos, is that you can go onto the website, select 4 shades, and then you get the 10 for free. So you can put your own perfect lip kit together if that's what you want. And the reason why I'm showing you the unusual shades, this has like a grayish purpley lilac shade called Mercury Wave. I have Agave, which is their tealy bluey green. Then I have Queen of the Night, which is a black and purple, and Scorpion King, I believe it's called, which is a black. And the reason why I'm loving these so much is because they are really versatile, because the formula gives you time to play with it. These are great for doing ombre lips, for having a bit more of like a lip art situation going on. And these shade, especially the black, looks stunning if you use it to deepen up some of the other shades from the line. So I have a very dark vampy red, and the black is really pretty to apply first a little bit here on the outer edge, and then use the red to create more dimension. And because these have so much playtime, you can very easily use a brush to sort of get a nice blend, and you don't really have to use your fingers or anything like that. So I really like those for that. Plus they are stunning when you top them with the Kaleidos multi-chrome highlighters that they do. I've used that a couple of times, that trick, or like just a nice shimmering eyeshadow that you have. I used the purple with one of the Sydney Grace pigments that I tried this year. I just love this. This made me feel very creative, and that's why these had to just get a mention. Next up is gloss, and I've got 3 picks here. Most worn gloss, I think if you watched any of my videos and you checked out the description box to see what I was actually wearing on my lips, very often it will have said that. Look at how much I've got left, which is hardly anything. This is the Tower 28 Milky Jelly Gloss in the shade Coconut. And the reason why I made an effort to try and use this up before the end of the year is because the Tower 28 lip glosses are notorious for going bad really quickly. Tower 28 is like a more clean beauty kind of brand, so they don't use a lot of preservatives in their products, making them just not last as long in your collection. So I didn't want this to go to waste because I loved it a lot. I think last year it was in my top 10 favorite lip gloss video, and I definitely loved it. I really liked it. If I were to buy this again though, I would go for their new shade Pistachio, because that's more mauve toned. This is more of a peach, as you can see, and even though it looks like I've got a fair bit left there in the bottom, because of the stopper, it's not something I'm very easily going to get out. So this is going to count as used up. And then a gloss I tried, a brand I even tried for the first time this year. Wayne Goss. I bought 2 of his, like a blush palette and this lip gloss off of Beautylish last year, because what else was I buying? Like, I needed to hit a certain threshold to get a free gift with purchase, I believe. And I was like, oh, I might as well try some Wayne Goss then, because I've never tried the brand. And this lip gloss in Petunia, instant hit, instant love. This is the formula that I was hoping the Lisa Eldridge Gloss Embrace lip glosses to have, which we all know aren't my favorite because they're just not that hydrating on my lips. On me, the Lisa Eldridge ones just are a little bit drying, but this, it's shiny, it's creamy, it's rich, it's moisturizing. The shade is perfect. It is a bit of a warmer toned mauve though, but you know me, I love my mauve toned glosses, and I think that, you know, now that I've tried some gloss formulas and I know what I like, I really feel like I can declutter most of the ones that I've been buying and trying over the past 2 years, because I'm like, I know what I like, I have my favorites, I'll keep around a couple, you know, just because they're nice brands and they're brands that I love, but I think a lot of it is actually going to be decluttered when I do my next declutter in March, because this just trumps so many of the formulas I now have. But we all know that apart from the Tower 28, this was my true lip love all year. Especially in the first half of the year, I was still wearing gloss whenever I was doing makeup. I wasn't really into wearing lipstick at all, like well until summer, I believe. And this was launched earlier in the year. This is a new launch from CATRICE from the springtime. This is the Better Than Fake Lips Volume Gloss in the shade Lifting Nude. Now, you've heard me talking about this like a broken record. They finally released more shades, so I did a dedicated video with this in the fall time to show you all 9 shades, and you can see what they look like on. Lifting Nude is my favorite. It's my perfect Better Than Your Lips kind of shade. It's a cooler tone mauve. It goes with everything. I can whack this on. This is my new Tower 28. It just is. Or like, I think last year it was my like Rare Beauty or Fenty Beauty like Mauve Wives. This is even better, and it's €4.50 at the drugstore. I mean, I'm gonna buy backups of this for sure because I'm afraid they're gonna discontinue it. And now that I'm holding it up to the light, I can definitely see a little bit of sheerness here because I wore this so much that I'm actually surprised that I can't see any wear on this. So maybe it's just a thicker formula and it sticks to the sides a bit more. But yeah, this lip gloss, man, it's all I wore. And I know not everybody likes it because some of these do have a bit of a scent. To me, it's not that bothersome. I don't really smell these. There are a couple of shades that have this like vanilla cookie dough kind of scent, but not all of them have it. This smells fresh to me, so I really don't mind the way this smells. And this shade is just perfection. And there's a couple of other shades in this line that I did enjoy as well. And then we have lipsticks. We'll leave the Lisa Eldridge for last. CATRICE came out with these in the fall time, the Shine Bomb lipsticks. I'm just holding one here, but I decided to keep 5 of these around. Normally when I try out a new CATRICE lipstick line, I'm like, nah, I like maybe 1 or 2 shades. Like in recent years, there wasn't a lot that I loved. But this Shine Bomb line, I'm really happy. So it's got partly purple ombre packaging, which I think makes it look a lot more fun than their regular standard packaging that they do. And this shade, this is 040. Can I read the name? Secret Crush. I mean, perfect mauve nude. I mean, for sure. Like, this line had so many good things that I kept half of it. And that to me is a sign that I love it. And this is very new from CATRICE as well. So again, not sure you can find this everywhere with CATRICE. It's always a bit like uncertain, and I'm not a brand representative. So if you want to know whether it's going to be available in your country, ask the CATRICE representatives on Instagram. They know. They know. And another line from CATRICE that I ended up liking a lot more than I had expected, the Melting Kiss gloss sticks from CATRICE. This here is in Catching Feelings 020. These were really lovely as well. These are very sheer. These look, when you swatch them, like they're not going to do a single thing. And then you put them on, and then they're very pretty. I believe it came in 6 shades, if I'm not mistaken. And again, I kept most of these because I like them so much. This one in particular, it's the more mauve-y one. I would probably wear the gloss over something like this. Like with this, I perhaps would want something a bit more vibrant. That's the way I live my life now. If I want something nude, I tend to wear a gloss and not lipstick. Oh well. But yeah, these were nice. I had to just show you one that I liked. These were really successful. I tried these out in my CATRICE fall winter review video to see what they were like. And I had just expected to be able to burn these to the ground because when I swatched them, I was like, this is not doing anything. And then I put them on my lips and they were very pretty, very balmy, creamy. It's like wearing lip balm, but with color. I love them for that. And finally, Lisa Eldridge released some new shades in her Insanely Saturated line, as well as her Luxuriously Lucent line over the summertime, and there were some new True Velvets in the fall time. Now, I didn't get to pick up everything. Lisa Eldridge lipsticks retail for €33 a pop, so I didn't have the budget to try all of these things already, but they'll come back in stock eventually, so I'll be able to purchase things as time goes on. That's what I've been doing with Lisa Eldridge lipsticks anyway. I've got a couple more on my wish list right now. I'm still umming and ahhing, like, do I want to buy everything that's in stock that I still haven't tried yet, or do I just want to buy a couple of the True Velvets, because in terms of formula, I think the True Velvets, that's still where it's at. I'm wearing Velvet Jazz today because I feel it's the most Christmassy lipstick that I have in my entire collection. So with the Christmas sweater and my Christmas tree, I thought it could make for a nice sort of overall thing. And I'm wearing this very sort of like festive, like glammy sort of eye using the Sultry. I thought it would tie everything together. But yeah, when she launched this shade though over the summer, I knew I needed it. And a lot of you in my comments were saying, Micah, you're gonna love Strawberry Shock. And they were right. Strawberry Shock is from the Insanely Saturated line, and I was very happy to see her bring those back because I owned Skyscraper Rose and Rainbow Spill from back in the day when she first launched them, and she hadn't restocked them and she wasn't restocking them, and there was no word on when those would restock. And then she released this plus the New Wave shade, which is more of like a purpley shade. But this, I mean, it's a neon red. That's the only way to describe it. Those Insanely Saturated lipsticks are also some of my favorite, especially because the shades are a bit more unique in terms of bright shades. A lot of the times, a lot of the bright shades I've tried over the years are sort of like a similar level of brightness. They all have this very strong white base, which can make them look a little bit weird. But with her lipsticks, there's still a richness to it, which is why I appreciate them. And since this is one of the new ones that I did try, I had to give it a mention here. But, you know, Velvet Ribbon, Velvet Jazz, Velvet Muse, and I'm starting to fall in love quite a lot with Velvet Blush now as well. Those are some of my favorite Lisa Eldridge lipsticks. Oh, and I wore Kitten Mischief a lot. There were a couple of the Luxuriously Lucents as well that I just love and that I love trying and wearing. And yeah, I mean, she does lipstick like no other. So I'm at some point I'm gonna own all of these again, and then I'll update you on the collections and what they look like on me now. I just love Lisa Eldridge lipstick, so I had to rave about it here. Those were all of the lip products that I wanted to feature as part of my best of 2022 videos. I still have a couple more things coming your way. Of course, we're going to talk eyes, especially eyeshadow palettes, in a video as well, but I'm also talking about my worst products, and over on my other channel, I will maybe have already posted it, I'm not sure, but I'm also wrapping up like my favorite TV series and books that I've read this year as well. So if you'd like to stay tuned for daily videos until the end of the year, then definitely hope you would like to subscribe down below. And of course, I've got lots more other things planned in the new year. This year I was sort of like doing lip swatch videos every month. I think I'm gonna slow down on that because it just means I need to get this influx of new things. Unless Essence and Catrice do new things, then I'll keep trying those things for sure. But yeah, because I love Lisa Eldridge just so much, I think I'll just stick to that. I can declutter most anything else. But I may have to update my MAC lip swatch videos still, because it's been a while since I last swatched my MAC lipsticks for you. So maybe at some point this year I may have to do that. What I have already planned for you is in January I will be doing a full-on swatch video with all of the different lipstick formulas that Kiko Milano has to offer. So if you want to stay tuned for that, then that's what I've got coming your way in January already. So if you'd like to stay tuned for all that, thank you so very much for being here today. I greatly appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch my videos, and I hope to see you in my next one. Take care, everybody. Have a good day. Bye-bye.